A big conversation sits here, word around town. And today, a friend of mine, okay, I have amazing girlfriends, and most of my girlfriends are overachievers. I kind of tend to resonate with high achieving women, and sometimes it's hard for them to find someone to date or for someone to date them. So the other day I just asked one of my friends, I'm like, hey, my friend, like you tick every box. You have the highest level of education known to man. And then you're here, gorgeous, you're this, you're that. And she's like, most men are intimidated by successful women. And I'm like, I don't think it's that simple. We're not going to have a one-liner. We're going to have a conversation on sugar and spice, right? So help me, help her. So tune in, let me know, or rather stay tuned, and let's have this discussion. And today on The Real, like just gloves off, be honest, let's talk to our chicks, Cindy, our sisters, our cousins. Let's tell them the truth. Are men truly, truly, truly just intimidated by chicks who are successful? Ama kuna kitu ingine amtuambi. And today's conversation, I don't know. Okay, first I'll tell you something. There's nothing new under the sun, 1A. So we are always going to just not circle the mountain, but we're always going to have the same conversation sometimes. Only there are new developments. We ourselves change. If you ask me this conversation last year, I'd have probably answered very differently because change is constant. We keep changing, we keep shifting our mindsets, and we keep growing, hopefully, because I keep saying growth is optional. Growing up is optional. Growing old isn't. So why are some men intimidated by successful women? I decided to add the word some, because it's really bad to have blanket statements. I really find them very unfair. And I'm going to say that I would say no, men are or men aren't, simple and, like end of story. But I just feel like there's so much flesh in this conversation because it depends on the man, 1A. It depends on the man. I know so many men who will not date a chick who doesn't have anything going on for herself. At you're just there, you're bringing eyelashes and lip gloss to the relationship, or just your good looks. Imagine they're not going to date you, at least not meaningfully and not long term. They'll come, hit it and quit it, period. If you want a seasoned man, if you want a man of substance, you also have to be able to come with something of your own. And I keep telling women that having your own money is important. Having your own money will always be a plus. Having your own money already reduces the chaff in the dating pool. Like there's a certain kind of guy who will not approach you because, they're like, what am I coming to offer her? Because she can take care of herself, So you're left with a smaller fraction. Of course, I keep saying the higher you go up the corporate ladder, the lonelier it gets. Whether it comes to dating or it comes to fraternizing, so even friendships, the higher you will escalate the corporate ladder, and if you're a high achiever, so you have less and less people who will be around you. Yeah, something, gravity, and don't ask, eagles flying high and the ostrich just being ground bound. Oh, a little shade, just kidogo, because for warmth. Another thing is I believe men like to feel needed. So very many men don't know what to do when a woman doesn't need her. And then this point also has like ... because there's a continuation to it. Most men like to feel needed. So when they don't feel needed, they're like, there's no place in my life for this chick. She has it all. She has a house she owns. She has a car. She has money. She has everything. What am I coming to add on to that? Which is such a wrong mindset, because giving doesn't always have to be monetary. Right? And then also be very cautious of such a man, because some men use money to control women. So since they can't control you, you have your own money because they weaponize their resources, then they make you the problem. Oh, when women are too successful, they are very independent, wamekuwa kichwa ngumu, atakukalia, hawezi muambia, because you cannot be. Agnes doesn't ask you for fare. You like chicks who ask you for fare so that you can treat them badly, so that in the club she can't smile with somebody else or be on the phone or, not make you the center of attention, because her life is her comfort is threatened, because basi tuende home. And then you can't pay your own bill. I don't know if you dig, you're getting what I'm saying. That many, 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 many men, more men than the ones who don't, use money to control women. The day you sit with older women, and I always insist as a girl, if you're listening, and girl, I use this term girl loosely because my producer is like in her early 20s. She's a girl. I'm 39 years old. I'm a girl, and I consider a 55-year-old girl. A girl too. I use it, but with endearment, not kuku rubbish. So I'm saying, be very, very careful when you have money, not to bash yourself and feel like there's anything wrong with you, because we always make women feel like marriage is the goal. Like solely you are born to sit by somebody else and be their better half. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying there's so much more to life, and many times we blame ourselves as women when we can't attract a suitable, please uchukue word very, very casually, because suitable is to each their own. You understand? Whatever is suitable for you is not suitable for me. So we start looking at ourselves like there's something wrong with us, and society needs to grab a bench, several, go and sit in Jivanji, and stop making women feel like there's something wrong with them. You've achieved so much. In fact, we really appreciate and it's almost like a mark of excellence, senior bachelor. Can you imagine he was the CEO of then you drop the name of the company, but can you imagine he's not managed to find someone to cook for him? But a woman reaches a certain age. I almost dropped the F word. The accolades that she's achieved, but we forget all those things. We almost rubbish them because of one thing that she falls short on, is finding a mate, finding a spouse. I'm like, get out. Please, can we do better? I am a girl mom. I'm a girl mom, and I'm not going to sit here and make sure my daughter's chapos are round and they don't look like amoeba, so that who is going to marry you with your ngumu chapos? I'm not. I'm going to let her find herself. The goal is never marriage. The goal is happiness. And I said what I said. Today on Word Around Town. Why are some, I think some ni wewe juu bono umekasirika. Why are some men intimidated by successful women? Imagine, don't be mad. It's a conversation. Bernard Ngugi, Yolanda, come down, says, what does that mean? Who is intimidated? Then Hesbon Juma says, I'd rather ask, is a successful woman still able to keep her traditional roles? Which ones? Hesbon, which ones? I'd rather ask, is a successful woman still able to keep her traditional roles? That's where the conflict begins. Most men still provide, protect, etc., despite the changes in economy. As we teach a man how to live with a successful, independent woman, let's do the same for women. Okay, I love that. And that is a fair point. And I love your thinking. If you're that successful, do you still know your role in a relationship as a woman, right? And then we go and discuss whether the roles have been redefined, not by us, but by where life has put us. You understand? Because it's very unfair to be like traditional roles. Traditional roles, women were supposed to stay at home and be provided for. We normally draw the line when it comes to this traditional archaic roles. By me and you can bring home the bacon, but one of us is supposed to, you understand? I'm just saying we need to define the roles, make sure that the roles haven't been redefined by the way things are set up in the world right now currently, because no one is going to stay at home comfortable and just let someone's poor son go and fend for a family on his own. Well, it's not fair at all. So we'll discuss that, but I like your point. Very, very fair point. I'll go to some more comments. Okay. Tina Masese says, most men were not raised to know how to handle a successful woman. They just don't know what to do with her. Miskia. TR Rotich, says, hypergamy never sleeps and it always finds its own lever. Jacob Elliott. Okay, thank you so much. So let the conversation continue on the socials. And yeah, I'll keep reading your comments. But tusijam, sindio, tusijam leo kutakuwa na jam. Ju president ameenda kila mahali. That's the only jam we're allowing here. Raskata, happy hump day to you too. Umependa tu comment, lakini umekata ku respond. You don't want this fight today. But we have more from you. So this is what you had to say about the discussion at Spice FMKE on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And lately, imagine you can send a voice note as a comment. Wow, would you look at that if you want to? But even typing it out is good, is great, so I can read it out loud. So 19-1, let's hear from you and what you have to say about this conversation. Why are some men intimidated by successful women, or are some men intimidated by successful women?
Hi, my name is Jay, and so why are some men intimidated by successful women? And I personally think this is related to personal insecurities, where such men lack confidence in their own abilities and tend to project the insecurities onto successful women. And this makes them feel overshadowed rather than inspired. Yeah.
Why are some men intimidated by successful women? Because the nature of a man is that he's dominant. A man wants to be in control. And the human nature is that when a person is more successful than you, you have to submit to them. So the woman's success is deemed to demean the man, to be the one to submit to the woman, not the woman to submit to the man.
My name is Suleiman. There's one thing about the society and women. We feel like the society is much into women. There is women empowerment, there is no men empowerment. I've never heard of it. We feel like we have been downgraded to some point. Of course, we will feel bad when we see women being successful. Okay, we'll feel bad in a good way.
Wow, that's a big question you ask. But not all men are intimidated by successful women. But those who may feel that way due to a mix of societal expectations, maybe personal insecurities and traditional gender
Sugar
roles.
and Spice on 94.4 Spice FM.